What is up, guys? I'm going to be giving you all of you my quick spoiler-free thoughts for It Chapter 2, and I'm probably going to mention a few spoilers from Chapter 1 from the first movie, so if you have not seen the first movie, what rock were you under? Go watch it. I mean, that is your key to leave if you have not seen that movie, but for this movie, you are free, safe from spoilers. So, the premise is where we're set 27 years later, and it's like set in 2016, like where Mike, who's the only member of the Losers Club who stayed in Derry, calls everyone back, all the other members back in Derry, because Pennywise has resurfaced. They did not kill him. They defeated him when they were kids, but they did not kill him, and he's back wreaking havoc again. So they have to come back and put a stop to his reign of terror and definitely kill him once and for all. So I have to say, like, when they hinted at this movie's coming at the end of the first movie, I was like, yes, I really loved the hell out of that first movie, and I'm like, I cannot wait to see what they do with this one. I mean, I was so hyped up, so super hyped up to go see this movie, and not to mention like who they've chosen to play the adult versions of these kids. I'm like, I'm convinced. I have really high confidence that they're gonna pull this off, and they all did. I mean, like the one that they're praising the most right now is Bill Hader as Richie, and it's very well deserved, very well deserved. But everybody equally did a fantastic job. I mean, through this movie, I'm like, yeah, these are the Losers Club as adults. Yep, they are. I mean, like I loved it, and also like this movie is like 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it did not feel like that. I mean, like when it got near the third act, when the third act started, I was like, wait, are we near the end of the movie already? And I looked at my phone. I'm like, whoa, we're near the end of the movie already. Like, holy crap! And like, I mean, having a movie that's over 2 hours feel like it's going quick is nothing new to me. And there are movies that I've watched and are much shorter than this, and they dragged. I mean, they felt like super long, and they were shorter than the movies like this. And the only movie that was really like a really long movie that really dragged for me was the 2005 King Kong movie. That was about it that I can think of. I mean, this reminded me of The Dark Knight Rises, like where that was a pretty considerably almost a 3-hour movie, almost, and it didn't drag to me. I mean, this movie did not drag. I'm like, wow. So that is definitely fortunate. Because I mean, that's how good the story. That's how good that the characters did at keeping me locked into this story, and I have to say, like, if there's any nitpicks that I have with it, it would have to be with some of the humor was a little overdone at times. Where I'm like, okay, they didn't really need to put humor into this part of the story, or when it was supposed to be serious. I'm like, okay, that wasn't really a good time to throw humor in that. But they occasionally did that, but there were a few times where I'm like, that was not necessary. But I mean, those were pretty minor nitpicks. And I have to say, like, with the de-aging process, like where we do see the kids in flashbacks, yeah, they had to de-age them because some of them did look a little older, like from the last time that they were shooting the first movie. I feel like the route that they should have taken is while they were making the first movie, they should have shot these scenes like during that time when they were making the first movie. I feel like that's the better route they should have taken. But the route that they chose to go with, I thought they did a pretty good job in my opinion. But and I have to say, like, with with the ending, like with the final showdown in the ending of this movie, I have to say, it was much more acceptable than part 2 of the miniseries, where I'm like, okay, the part 2 miniseries ending, let's just be honest, it was just kind of blah, blah, just not good. And I'm like, please be better than that. I mean, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be ending of the century, but just be better than that ending, please. And I felt like they, it was better than that. Like the final showdown, I feel like it was way better than it was in the Part 2 miniseries. And the ending for this movie was better than the Part 2 miniseries. So I'm like, thank you. Thank you. You're at least being, I'm like, that's all at least better than the miniseries ending. And, let's see here. I'm trying to think of what else I may have missed out on. I have to think, I don't feel like this is better than the first movie. I didn't really need it to be, but I just wanted it to be good. And I feel like for the most part, it was a good movie. And like much like the first movie, they went into some controversial routes that the miniseries could not and would not touch. I'm like, okay. I mean, like when you see a demonic clown, that's like where you see him killing and eating kids. Yeah, like, and there's some other controversial elements that were in the book. I mean, the book is like the size of a Yellow Pages, and where they decide that bring some of that into like this movie, and I'm glad that they decided to take that risk, like where we had to show how fucked up like I guess being in Derry really is. You know what I mean? So they did a pretty good job of shedding light on that once again. And I felt like I did enjoy this movie, and I feel like it was a really good conclusion. Not better than the first movie, but it didn't need to be. I was fine with that. Like, I understand why some of you may not like it, and I understand why, some people even hate this movie, but I'm more on the positive end of that spectrum. So with that all being said, I feel like I should give this movie, It Chapter 2, 4 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 chair spins. So like I said, I mean, I totally understand if you do not agree with me, but if you already decide you want to go see this movie, go check it out. I mean, see it for yourself. Don't allow your hype meter to be consumed by the opinions of others. I mean, if they don't like it, then you don't like it. And if you do, I hope you do. I mean, I sure did, and I want to see it again. Yeah, I mean, like, if I want to see it again, then that's enough. So if you guys enjoyed my review for this movie, make sure you thumb up the video, and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you click that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So until then, later, guys.